I'm Mark Silverthorn. I hope you enjoyed this video. Today we're going to talk about the two circumstances under which I recommend that people use credit counseling. Now, some of you who know me may say, wow, Mark Silverthorn is recommending credit counseling? Those of you who know me know that as a general rule, I think credit counseling is a lousy way to eliminate your debt. And it's simply because it is the most expensive way for a consumer to eliminate debt. In fact, for every dollar of debt that you have that you want to eliminate, it's going to cost you somewhere between $1 and $1.15 to eliminate debt. And if you want to learn more about the actual cost of credit counseling, there's some links in the description to this YouTube video, as well as there'll be some links in the end card at the end of this video. So let's talk about the two circumstances under which I recommend that people use credit counseling. Now, number one is going to be certain people who've got student loans who would like to either resolve their debts by way of a consumer proposal or personal bankruptcy, but they haven't ceased attending school long enough. And we'll get into that in a minute. The other situation is for people who are currently getting collection calls and they're really stressed, but that their incomes are going to rise dramatically in the near future. So let's go back and we're going to start, and I will deal with the situation where a person, they want to either do a consumer proposal or they want to declare personal bankruptcy, but they have not ceased attending school for 7 years. And this is important because if you do a consumer proposal or if you file for personal bankruptcy, and if you have not ceased attending school for a minimum of 7 years, then that student loan debt will not be discharged or forgiven when you do a consumer proposal or file for personal bankruptcy. So, what's the solution? Well, I would recommend that that individual sign up for credit counseling. And you basically continue doing credit counseling. And as a result of that, your monthly payments will go down and the collection calls will stop. But this is the kicker. At some point, you're going to drop out of the credit counseling plan. Once you've reached that 7-year mark, you want to reach the situation that you've ceased attending school 7 years in the past. And once you reach that stage, then it's okay to, well, the people at credit counseling won't be happy about this, and you can say, Mark Silverthorn told me to do it. But if you follow that advice, then you are going to be able to do a consumer proposal or file for personal bankruptcy, and all that student loan debt that you have will be discharged or forgiven. Now, the second scenario where I recommend that individuals do credit counseling is the situation where you are getting collection calls and you're totally stressed out, but at some point in the near future, your income is going to increase dramatically. So let's say you're an MBA student and you're living in an apartment and you're, eating macaroni and cheese, and you're a year away from getting hired by some big firm and you're going to be making a lot of money. Well, in those circumstances, you might want to do a credit counseling because the collection calls will stop, you will make monthly payments, and essentially you'll be repaying your debt in monthly installments over 60 months. Now, of course, once you get the big job at the MBA thing, you may want to just pay off those creditors and drop the credit counseling. So let's summarize. Those two examples that I gave, that probably represents 5% of everybody who does credit counseling. The other 95% of people who do credit counseling, frankly, I think you've been sold a bill of goods. So those are the two circumstances that Mark Silverthorn, not a big fan of credit counseling, recommends that a Canadian do credit counseling. Hi, I'm Mark from Debt Coach Silverthorn, and we'd like to get your feedback in terms of what some of our future YouTube topics should be. Draw from your pain and your own experience and let us know. I mean, for example, how to stop collection calls, or the top 10 tactics for protecting your assets and income from your creditors. But please let us know what kind of topics you would like us to cover in some of our upcoming YouTube videos. Thanks.